In the past 2 years, we've seen something dramatic unfold across industries: the rapid replacement of human labor by artificial intelligence. At Google alone, a record 12,000 employees were laid off in 2023, and rumors suggest another 30,000 jobs could be on the chopping block soon. Duolingo, that friendly green owl known by over 500 million users, also cut 10% of its temporary workforce in favor of AI. It's no longer just about digital transformation. It's about whether humans still have a place in this new world shaped by machines. The loss of job opportunities is painful, yes, but perhaps not the most dangerous part. The real concern lies beneath the surface. What happens to us as we become more dependent on technology? What do we lose when our lives are constantly mediated through screens, apps, and algorithms? Let me ask you a question. What would happen if one day the internet simply disappeared? Imagine waking up and your phone has no signal, no Wi-Fi, no search engine, no social media, no GPS, no smart assistant whispering directions or reminders in your ear. What would you do? Would you know how to fix a flat tire without watching a tutorial? Could you change a light bulb, unclog a toilet, or explain why your code just broke? Or would your first instinct be to type those questions into a search bar, only to panic when there's nothing there? This may sound like science fiction, but it's not as far-fetched as it seems. This is where we're heading. If we continue letting our dependence on technology grow unchecked, digital transformation has been setting the stage for Industry 5.0 within the next decade. From the Industrial Revolution 2.0 in the late 1800s, when electricity pushed humanity into innovation and science, came Industry 3.0, which gave us computers, laptops, and smartphones on a global scale. This catalyst helped merge humans and digital systems into a multinational network. In other words, modern communication devices connected every individual on Earth, from private organizations and businesses to households and governments. The internet was born from this idea. Then came Industry 4.0, building on that foundation with IoT, big data, blockchain, and countless automated algorithms like machine learning, deep learning, and artificial intelligence. These technologies have created an environment where interaction between humans and machines runs side by side, optimizing production and analysis in companies. We can clearly see the importance of industrialization in the digital economy. But is this making humans more dependent, especially younger generations like Gen Z? Gen Z grew up surrounded by dozens of smart mobile devices, iPhones, Samsung tablets, smartwatches, and hundreds of social media apps like Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. They are arguably the most privileged group across the transition from Industry 3.0 to 4.0, equipped with powerful and complex electronic tools. But privilege doesn't always equal strength. Machines were built to serve humans, so their heavy use isn't inherently wrong. But with the rapid development of AI, the line between collaboration, co-pilot, and dominate, is becoming blurrier. Tools like ChatGPT show that young people often look for shortcuts instead of truly understanding problems. Is this laziness unique to them? Or is it a symptom of a deeper shift in how we think, learn, and solve problems? Let's look at some numbers. By 2028, smartphone usage globally is expected to increase by over 10% compared to recent years, with no sign of slowing down, reaching over 74 million users. This shows a strong correlation between economic growth and smartphone adoption year after year. Internet networks are expanding to meet most digital needs in the near future. With the recent boom in AI and practical applications, internet penetration might even reach 99%, surpassing earlier predictions. Overall, the spread of electronics and Wi-Fi aims to ensure free access to the internet globally, and is considered the key engine behind digital transformation. But if this technological explosion is the driving force, where exactly is society placing its focus? On average, a person sleeps about 6.5 to 7 hours a day and spends the remaining time active. Subtract a few hours for meals and entertainment, and over 6 hours a day may be spent online. After work hours, only a small fraction of time remains completely free from digital devices, and even that number might be generous. Time spent online, whether watching videos, reading news, gaming, or listening to music, maybe even higher, and all of it requires internet access. Let's dig deeper into how this shrinking pool of time is being used. Lifestyle choices among younger generations are mostly shaped by social media. Similarly, much of their knowledge comes from online sources or forums before turning to family, friends, or experts. Over 70% of their information sources come from internet searches. According to reports, this is a widespread phenomenon among young people drawn to the convenience and comfort of social platforms. The same trend applies to older generations, with most preferring social media before face-to-face interaction. However, professionals remain the next go-to source, with slight differences. Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok are the three apps that most influence lifestyle choices. In 2021, reports showed a significant rise in people using the internet for over 9 hours a day, a sharp increase compared to previous years. Nearly 75% of participants use smartphones for online activities such as studying, watching videos, listening to music, and shopping. Popular online purchase categories include clothing, shoes, cosmetics, home appliances, and electronics. Although cash payments still dominate, the use of digital wallets has grown significantly in recent years. About a quarter of users spend a large portion of their income on online shopping. Platform reputation is considered the top factor influencing online consumers, with most saying it matters. To sum up, when people face issues related to lifestyle and health, they largely hand over control of their decisions to social media and tradition, turning to experts or close ones only as a last resort. Observing this shift raises concerns among scientists. What price will humans pay for relying too heavily on new technologies in the coming digital era? Alongside this question, another painful topic comes up again and again. Is AI becoming the new technological crutch for humans? Currently, the sudden rise of AI has shaken markets. Data-driven businesses are slowly rebranding as AI-driven. Apps and websites using AI tools for summarizing, research, generating images, and even writing long-form content have heated up industries ranging from finance and economics to marketing, writing, accounting, and programming. While still under development, these tools allow users to learn and absorb new knowledge quickly, automate processes, and replace workers in tasks like writing emails, responding to customers, advising service packages, and collecting customer satisfaction feedback via phone calls. This may be the beginning of humanity's journey into Industry 5.0, the age of automating humans themselves. Generally speaking, AI brings many benefits to humans and will sooner or later replace social media in guiding daily life. However, does this signal a narrowing of human knowledge in this new era? At this point, AI is mainly known for automation, as seen in large enterprises. But when applied at the individual level, this power becomes a double-edged sword. Having everything easily accessible with just a few keystrokes seems convenient, saving time on reading. But with human nature being what it is, greedy and eager to win, AI risks becoming a tool for exploiting scientific knowledge rather than serving academic research. A similar situation already happened with Google. Surprisingly, most users don't fully understand how to use Google beyond typing in thoughts and reading the first results, without checking full reports or evaluating sources. This issue will only get worse as AI becomes more widespread. Now with the same question, instead of searching Google, AI can jump straight into the matter and produce a perfect text filled with information learned from the entire global dataset across all fields. Given these features, copy-pasting becomes the optimal solution for users, and quick learning becomes faster. At this rate, won't the world soon be flooded with self-proclaimed experts? Society will once again face a century-old disease called laziness, all rooted in lazy thinking, lazy reading, lazy exploring, and lazy learning. Are humans too obsessed with being right or wrong? Providing accurate answers and solving problems deserves praise. But can we ever be 100% sure our decisions are correct? Fear of being wrong is precisely why humans always search for safe answers to feel reassured. Sometimes, what builds personal thinking isn't the final answer. It's the journey someone takes. It's the long, bumpy path and constant changes after each failure that form what humans call critical thinking. If AI feeds us the answers from the start, Hasn't the journey already ended the moment we press enter? Where is the internal universe of thought, then? I also want to share my own perspective. It doesn't make sense. How can you lose the internet or power? Of course, they won't disappear. These are accurate statements because they will coexist with humans until Earth's resources run out. But that's not the point. Why do I phrase the question as if human life depends on the Wi-Fi router in your room? Simply because I believe that, realistically, it does. I see books gathering dust in library shelves, scientific articles failing to attract young readers, and the overuse of artificial neural networks. Suppose I ask you, when fixing a bike that won't start after sitting in the rain, what do you do first? Do you know why the starter motor might be clogged? Why is this line of code here? Do you have your own method for reading research papers? If your toilet gets clogged, do you know how to unclog it? If the light bulb in your room burns out, can you replace it? Can I use car wash shampoo to clean my bike? These are just 1,001 hypothetical questions. Suppose I unplug your internet. Would you still have the answers? These seemingly simple questions often lead to responses like, "Let me Google that," or "Let me ask an AI." Adapting and modernizing isn't wrong, but if you can't confidently answer or solve basic, practical problems on your own, then yes, losing connectivity really could cost you your independence. I believe every tool should be a stepping stone, not the whole ladder. The existence of everything from search engines to AI helps humans find the core meaning of what previous generations painstakingly researched over centuries. What used to take lifetimes to discover can now be studied and applied in days, if you're not lazy and stop at the search phase. This is similar to young people claiming that coding will no longer be relevant, that AI will handle everything, or that children won't need to learn English anymore, because translation machines will exist. The key factor here is mindset. You should think of code as something written for humans to read, while machines simply process it. Language is the glue that connects the world, and anyone who masters it can confidently interact globally. That mindset ensures your life isn't handed over to anyone else, because I believe that those who love the journey will always succeed more than those who just want to reach the finish line. And I believe that if you truly understand, you will have the ability to ride the wave of AI in the future, using it to optimize and create things that have never existed before. Recent events like building robots to unload cargo or training AI to handle planning illustrate the erosion of routine-based jobs. Some see this as a threat, but others view it as an opportunity to push humans out of low-value comfort zones and into new, higher-level roles. Living too long in a comfort zone makes people afraid of being replaced, but losing a job doesn't have to mean losing purpose. It can be a chance to learn, adapt, and create something new, something the world desperately needs. If the internet went down tomorrow, how many people would confidently step outside and face the basics that used to be second nature to previous generations? After all, AI is just a neural network simulating the human brain. So if AI starts relying on AI to learn how to live, where is the new knowledge for AI to simulate? There are certain skills you can only understand through experience. In our fast-paced world, slowing down and paying attention to your surroundings gives you depth, revealing things you once ignored, how your father fixed his car, how your mother changed a light bulb, or what the IT guy next door sees in lines of colorful code. Knowledge is just an empty shell if the learner doesn't truly understand it. Moreover, learning to coexist and walk alongside AI is essential to avoid being consumed by a matrix where data is spoon-fed directly into users' brains. Sometimes, how much you learn doesn't matter as much as how you learn, and what you do with that knowledge. In conclusion, with the advancement of technology, finding theories has never been easier. Only when humans truly know how to use these benefits to build something new, instead of feeding off comfort, can society move towards a sustainable Industry 5.0.